Hi everyone, this is Miss Jess from the Monroe Street Art Center. Today I'm going to show you a project that you guys can use your chalk pastels and your oil pastels for from your art kit number 11, which is all about pastels. So inside of your kit, you guys are going to have two bags. One of them has colors of chalk pastels. The other one is a bag of oil pastels, okay? So they're totally different, but they're both pastels. Today, I'm going to show you guys, I just made like a little galaxy picture here. This is sort of like the Milky Way with all the stars, right? This is a spaceship going by. You guys probably will find inside of your kit that little thing of space stickers. So you can use these for inspiration today, okay? You're also going to find a lot of pieces of construction paper in your kit. Pick one out for this project, probably a darker one. Either the black, blue, purple, even green would look really good for this project, so that your colors will sort of show up, okay? So for this time, I'm going to sort of recreate this so you guys can sort of see the process. I'm just going to use my blue paper this time. So starting with my oil pastels, I like to describe these as like really nice crayons. They're really oily. They are probably going to get your fingers a little bit messy. But the fun thing about them is that you can sort of blend colors together and sort of create your own colors with the ones that you have. So to get started, I'm going to sketch out just kind of like an organic river shape that flows across my paper. And this is sort of like the Milky Way, right? All the stars all grouped together. Okay. I don't know, maybe there's like a little bit more down here. Almost like clouds looking. Okay. That's going to be my Milky Way. With your oil pastels, there's this nice tip on one end, so these are really great. Keep the wrappers on if you can, because they'll keep your hands from getting too messy, and they also keep your colors nicer for a longer period of time. I'm going to add a few extra lines in here. Now, if you press really firm with these, you'll get sort of really nice solid lines. Or if you go really lightly and sort of really, really gently press on the surface, it'll just create sort of a shadow, okay? So play around with these. You can use any color combinations you want. Kind of like this one, I'm thinking about mixing some different colors in. You're gonna find something like this inside of your kit. This is called a tortillon. And it's really fun for blending colors together. You can always use your fingers if you want to blend them together, or give this a try. So for example, I've got my white down now. I think the next thing I'm gonna do is add some purple, maybe some blue. I'm thinking about cool colors in this Milky Way today. Okay, a couple purple lines. I'm gonna do some blue. Ooh, this is looking cool. I think I'm even going to do some yellow just a little bit. Okay, so I've got a whole bunch of colors mixed in together here, okay? If I take my tortillon and I push down nice and firm and rub them together, it becomes really soft looking and they sort of all blend together. Really wishy-washy looking, almost like paint, like watercolor paint. Isn't that cool? So then I'll move across and do the bottom part like this, blending them together. Okay. Think about what else might be in your galaxy sky. You could draw other stars. So once I get this all rubbed together, I think I'm going to use my white oil pastel and just draw like some polka dots in the sky. Stars can look like anything, right? If you're not sure how to draw one, you can just draw like a whole polka dot and that'll work fine. Okay, all right, well, I'm liking the way this looks. So cool. Okay. All right, so you can see how it's starting to look sort of like this one. Oh, look at they like continue. Cool. All right, I'm gonna use my black next. And I'm actually going to darken just the corners of this, which will make it look like it's got a little bit more dimension. Like what else is out there? Okay, maybe I want some, oops, blue mixed in there. Okay, and then again, take my Tortillon and blend them together. Alright. Alright, like I said before, I think before I move on to my chalk pastels, the last thing I want to do is add some, almost like little stars, those extra little dots in the sky, planets, things floating around, floating through the Milky Way, satellites, debris, who knows, aliens. Alright, maybe a few down here. Okay, so that's what I've got so far. Before I do the chalk pastel, I think I'm going to add my stickers, and I'll show you why. Sometimes when chalk gets onto paper, it doesn't like something with an adhesive. These aren't going to really stick to like a powder very well, so I'm actually going to do that part next. I'm going to add some planets. Planets I have, this looks like the moon. Little crescent moon. Maybe that's going to go up here. And then I have some extra stars to stick on. Awesome. Okay. Here we have it. Alright, so the last step that I want to show you, this is super fun. This is what creates sort of that speckled effect that you see on top of the Milky Way. Alright, so I'm actually going to move my oil pastels out of the way and find my chalk pastels. Whatever color you guys want to use for this step is totally up to you. I think I'm going to go with warm colors this time to sort of contrast the darker, cooler colors that I put underneath. So, carefully, right? This is kind of a hard step because we're actually going to open up our scissors and use the sharp part of the blade to scrape off some of the chalk from our chalk pastels. So I'm going to hold it over the space that I want it, careful Miss Jess, over the space that I want it, and then just scraping with the side of my scissors, it's leaving tiny little specks of colored chalk. And I'll be really careful because they're super powdery. See that? Okay. I'm going to do some red also. Again, go nice and slow. Just be careful, please. And then I think I want to do something really bright, like yellow. Let's do some more over here. Okay. Now, it's right now just sitting on the surface of my paper. If I were to sneeze or if I were to blow, all of that dust would come flying off. So here's a trick. Inside of your kits, I included a little piece of parchment paper. This is super helpful for laying on top, pressing super gently, and all of that chalk is gonna stick into that really sticky oil pastel. So I'm gonna set it right on top. I'm trying not to slide it as much as I can. I just want to kind of press it into place. Okay, and then when you think you've squished it good enough, we'll peel it off. Ta-da! How cool! I love all the yellow. Okay. The last thing you could do if you wanted to, there are some gold stars that are sort of floating around inside of your kit. You could add those if you want to have a little extra shine to it. Just make sure that you use a glue stick. So I do have a glue stick on hand. I'm going to make a sticky spot anywhere I want them to be and add them on. Ta-da! Maybe I'll do one up here. Okay. Alright, you guys, well, if you decide to make a galaxy picture, or if you have a piece of paper bigger than this one that you want to make one on, I would love to see what you guys come up with, okay? Alright, have fun.